Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
There's no limits to the suplexes in this city. And we're always smoking bombs like it's 420. We get high as though it hot and soft wrestling stuff. And it's hosted by Jim Vicious, Tyler Rush.
Welcome, thank you for downloading episode 188 of Suplex City Limits for November 18th, 2018. I'm a roll with the aliens, fuck these homo sapiens. It's your boy, the King of Bong Style, Jim Vicious, and he's everyone's favorite meat castle, my co-host.
I forget what I said earlier. I mean, I all I can think of is how I did this last time, which we won't talk about. And fuck, and mine's just blank. Just done. I'm cooked. I'm taller fudge. It's really early morning too. It's 8:33 right now.
It's SEL fucking take two. We recorded a show Friday, about an hour and 15 minutes into it, and I was feeling it. How it was a really good show, and shit was fucked. So here we are. It's Sunday morning. We've watched Takeover. We're in the Wake and Bake special.
Yeah, this is Good Morning SCL.
Exactly. So, Suplex City Limit's available for listening. Wherever fine podcasts are found, you can follow me on the show Twitter at Suplex City Limit. Follow Tyler at The Federation. If you like this show, consider supporting it by picking up a t-shirt at Pro Wrestling Tees. Starting Black Friday, November 20th at noon. 20% off for the Black Friday sale. All kinds of shit, though. Spend $100, get 5 overstock collectibles. Spend $150, you get that plus free worldwide shipping, dude. If you're an international shopper and you look at how crazy the shipping is, because it is crazy.
Yeah.
Here's your chance.
Like, from Canada, it's like buying another shirt.
Exactly. Yeah. And you imagine like Australia and some of these other places. So if you're in the UK or something, I'm not saying you go buy 5 SEL shirts. I mean, you could do that, but
you could. Literally,
I would definitely go on there and pick up $150 worth of shirts and get free shipping. Plus, you get those collectibles.
Yeah, exactly. I plan on doing something.
Yeah. The first 150 online orders get an exclusive PWT logo shirt, 40% off their merch, 30% off New Japan, 20% off everything else. So
it's pretty dope.
You don't want to miss that. Or you can donate on our PayPal, like Cody Hatch, much love to you, sir. Or Patreon, become a producer of the show. Get yourself a shout out, like our friends B-Rad Brad, Caleb Morganfield, Casey, Christopher, he's not balding, Spalding. Our friends at the Smack It Down podcast. Check those guys out if our podcasts are found. A couple of Australians.
They say sheet.
They do say sheet, yeah. You can also Max's Garage, the orgy that continues.
The everlasting, ever hard orgy.
Yeah.
Max must be some stallion, I'm telling you, man.
I just wonder who's behind that. Infamous Chris Savage, Kick-Ass Keith Martin, the Rice Arone Jabrone Tylone. Say his name weird today. Insane Jackson. And Jumpin' Jeremy Foltz. Today on the show, what do we got? We're going to recap some Takeover. We'll preview Survivor Series. We'll talk about the news.
Yeah,
Again.
We're going to talk about Ellsworth's dick, Becky's nose, and so much more for the second time. So it's going to be riveting, guys, just so you know.
Lesser podcasts would have said, fuck it. We'll do a show next week. Not this show.
No,
188 straight weeks.
And you know what, Jim? You know what? It's not like we come into this whole podcast sober, right? We do this whole thing out of our minds. So if we do it a second time, I don't remember half of the shit we say. Right?
Yeah. I don't even remember yesterday, man.
That's
We also got
yesterday.
some Jared's hot takes.
We do. Also, we've heard
Luke.
that before.
Yeah. Okay, you just like keep putting it in there. Fuck. So, the Sunday morning wake and bake special is about to take off. What is the smoke of the day over there, sir?
Well, the smoke of the day over here is a Pink Kush, and this goes in line with what you were smoking last week, Jim. It's coveted as its OG Kush relative. It's an indica dominant hybrid with powerful body focused effects. In its exceptional variations, pink hair bursts from bright green buds, barely visible under a blanket of sugar like trichomes, with traces of sweet vanilla and candy perfume.
Damn.
Yeah, the potency of this strain can be considered overpowering, and even in small doses are known to eliminate pain, insomnia, and appetite loss.
Yeah, and all the things you want right before you're ready to do a creative podcast. Over here at Castle Vicious, we are smoking the Ric Flair of weeds, OG Kush.
See? I'm
Yeah.
smoking your kid.
I wasn't trying. I didn't want to because this shit puts me on my ass, but I still had one full from last night, so I was like, oh my god.
Because he was on his
OG
ass
Kush
last
is-
night.
Yeah. OG Kush cheers for its ability to crush stress under the weight of its heavy euphoria. Yes.
Yep.
Carries an earthy pine and sour lemon scent with woody undertones. So
Good.
it gets you fucked up.
So me and Jim are on the same wavelength, obviously, because he's smoking dad, I'm smoking son. So
Yeah. There you go.
We're going to be just whatever that word is. We're going to be connected.
Telepathically.
Yes.
Let's get into it with the top three.
Suplex City Limits Top 3.
Suplex City Limits top three, our top three matches of the week. Recording after Takeover made this very easy.
Yeah, it really did. It's a drastic change. So, we didn't really get much this week for wrestling wise. It was a very slow week. Raw and SmackDown were horrible, but NXT was a go home show, which is always just nothing. Yeah, if you don't know what's going on in the storylines, you watch the NXT television show and it's fantastic because the promo videos are really good. Until you realize you're just going to watch them again on Saturday.
The old top three was three tag matches from the Ring of Honor Toronto show. So
There you go.
worth
Global
checking
Wars.
out, actually. Really good show.
The honorary mentions. That's what they are.
That saved me this week. I was like, I was unfulfilled by like Wednesday or Thursday. Because, yeah, Raw sucked, SmackDown sucked, NXT was nothing, phoned in. So I was like, motherfucker, no lucha? I was like, I got to watch something else, man. So
Yeah.
Ring of Honor it was. But Takeover.
Yes. So let's start with, I guess, Gargano and Black, which
Yeah.
arguably could be the best one of the night. I don't know why we're starting with that one. What is your take on Gargano versus Black?
It was awesome. I think I might have liked fucking Velveteen and Ciampa more.
Yeah,
I don't know. They were all really good, man.
they really were. It's Gargano and Black. I really, really do enjoy how Johnny Gargano is playing that delusional baby face.
Yeah.
It's so fantastic. Like, oh man, just as he's walking up to the crowd, just how he's doing the same entrance, but with
Yeah.
different. He's doing it a little bit less charismatic, and the crowd are not cheering for him at all, which is crazy.
Yeah. I think it's fucking great, man.
Yeah.
Really good shit. And that story, despite the, Scooby-Doo bullshit that they did with it, I thought, like, overall, really good story. He costs Black the belt. It ties in with his shit with Ciampa. It's really good, man. And I thought this match was really good.
It is. It took how they got here was a little bit wonky, but in bullet points, like the promo video made this thing look like it was trimmed, really tight and just throughout. I really did like the match. The story of the match is great too. just Gargano almost getting it all the time, and trying to be coy and cunning. But Alistair, I thought it was great.
Yeah. Good shit. And I'll just random note here. Thanks, science, for Mauro Ronaldo. Oh, god damn it.
Thanks, science, for Mauro.
If I dedicated the amount of time he dedicates to preparing for shows to anything in my life, I would be much farther along than I am right now. The amount of time he spends preparing all of those fucking lines all the way through, it's pretty unbelievable, man.
He's a grammatical beast.
Tonight we got a fucking Mama effing Mia. I thought that was good. But yeah, so got that match, and then we have Velveteen Dream, Hollywood Hogan style Velveteen Dream, which was awesome.
Yeah, it's how much you want to bet though? They'll be front and center when Hogan comes back. It's like
I don't think he's coming back, dude.
No.
I don't think they'll put. I don't know. I think that they over there. It was like, all right, fine. They're not going to bring him out on Raw.
There really is no point to doing it. No. But I did like his whole get up and how it's still tied in with his character too by having the purple, and I really liked it.
Well, of course, and you're in LA, which is great. Fits.
Yeah.
Super smart. Yeah, the Hollywood shit. I liked it. And Ciampa, I thought this was great. Ciampa, dude, takes a shot at Morrow. How awesome was that?
That was, and Morrow sold it fucking fantastically. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it's really good. It's unfortunate that he is fucking Percy tied to him. That guy is the shits, man. Honestly.
He is. He's my least favorite commentator. I will agree with you there. Actually, no. Jonathan Coachman's still my least favorite commentator.
I was gonna say worse than Renee. She's fucking terrible.
Well, the worst thing is, I equate Renee being terrible because what she's being fed. That's my opinion. But Percy, I don't think he's being fed all that much because they don't have Kevin Dunn down there, or Vince McMahon's not down there just being Vince.
Well, they
McMahon.
got Triple H in his ear.
Well, true, yeah, but I would imagine that's a lot different than having Vince McMahon in your ear, right? So,
yeah, there's a lot of is at the end of everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that guy sucks. He'll say things that don't make sense for the match, and McGinnis will have to fucking correct him, or I don't know. It just sucks.
No, I agree. He's not a sound announcer, but who knows what he'll grow into? It's developmental. That's what it's there for. But what I'm more concerned about is Mauro Ronaldo's a free agent at the end of the year. So, I mean, we might be done with NXT as far as I know.
Where's he gonna go? I mean, is he maybe just quits doing wrestling?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe he goes back to Access because Josh Barnett's going.
What do you mean? Oh, is he really?
I think so. Yeah.
Why isn't Jim Ross gone from that too?
I believe so. Soon. Yeah.
Can somebody explain to me why you need to take great commentary and then put mediocre commentary over it after the fact?
I understand it, and I don't understand it just because of two reasons, or one reason really. It's not a different channel, and they want to market Access's channel, and just plug certain things that will be on Access. But other than
Kevin
that,
Kelly is over there crushing it, dude.
I agree.
I don't get it. So what's the fucking point of having these guys sitting?
If you wanted to, you know what I mean? Just have Kevin Kelly, and if you want to say something about Access, just have to scroll across the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. To me, it's just do that.
Yeah,
whatever. But
I'm with you there, man. I'm with you there.
We're off track.
But now, mind you, I'm going to keep us off track for one more second. If they put Mauro Ronaldo in there, I wouldn't care because he was the original guy doing it, and I'd be all for that. I'd take Mauro Ronaldo's commentary.
I hate commentary that's put in after the fact, regardless. I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. It's for sure. It's different.
Yeah. From there, we also had, of course, the War Games match, which was fucking pretty awesome.
It was pretty awesome. It was a little long, if you ask me. It felt a little drawn out. I said that wrong, didn't I?
Drawn.
Yeah, drawn out.
Love it.
Yeah, I thought there was an area when the War Games started and finished. I just thought that went too long.
Okay.
Other than that, though, it was a great match.
Yeah, I really liked it. Do you notice how like the crowd doesn't care about Ricochet at all when he came out? That's something that stood out to me.
Yeah.
In the match, they were behind it, but like when he came out, they were like, nah.
Well, I mean, also you had Pete Dunne come out before him,
Oh, that's true.
and they ate their shit for fucking Pete Dunne, and it was Ricochet. In my opinion, is not that. I don't know. I feel Pete Dunne is an elevated level higher than Ricochet. Because let's face it, Ricochet has the charisma factor of a piece of wood. Right? So,
I hate Dunn as a face, by the way. I don't know what the fuck you're doing with that.
well, his face just screams, "I'm a dickhead." So, you know what I mean?
Well, he was such an amazing heel.
Yeah.
Like, why are you making him a face? I don't get it.
Yeah.
But like, they always get confused with that shit. I think, man, it's like you have a heel. Like, I think it's okay for people to like a heel, isn't it?
I do too.
I mean,
Just
I don't know.
gotta
I guess
book
it
them a
depends
little
how you.
differently.
Yeah, there's a little more to it, but he was a great heel. He should have just kept him, but whatever. Yeah, this was awesome. I don't know, like, do you have specific? That when Rowe came in, he really shined in this match. He came in and had like tons of crazy power moves.
He did. He came in like a house of cards, just because he's coming in, or he's coming in to save Hanson. Did you catch what I said?
Well, yeah, I catch everything. You like fucking, you're turning into Ricky, man. You know that? It doesn't take a rocket appliance to know that, dude.
He ran in like a house of cards.
It would be like you ran in and you were just like fragile as fuck and got you. Yeah, no. It's fire.
Holy fuck! Good. God damn, Pink Kush, you killing me.
So English is your second language, right?
Yeah, Newfoundlandese is my first.
Newfoundlandese. There you go. I think that this is a new record for Tower of Doom spots. This has to be the biggest Tower of Doom spot ever.
Oh yeah, with fucking Bobby Fish on his back.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was.
No, not that. I'm saying like later on they did that Tower of Doom spot, and it was like fucking. I don't know how many of them were involved in it. 8 people or something off the
Yeah,
cage.
no, but when Hanson went to do the power bomb spot, Bobby Roode was on his back. So there was the added extra element to it. It's like, oh, another guy, cool.
Fish, yeah. He said Bobby Roode.
Did I originally say Bobby Roode? Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Oh man,
This is like you smoke this shit, you can't even talk anymore.
Let's smoke. Let's start over.
This shit's called death.
Smoke that, you never hear again. When you sent me that video this morning, man, that fucking. I was in bed giggling.
Oh fuck! So. I thought this was really good shit. Ricochet double moonsault, pretty absurd.
It was, man.
It's awesome.
The fact that he's never killed him or hurt himself on that, you know what I mean?
In Mexico, motherfuckers do that from the rope to the outside, so, whatever.
Oh, that's madness. Absolute madness.
Yeah. Do it from the middle of the rope, too, not even the turnbuckle. It was like, the other day, I don't know who it was, some fucking luchador I hadn't even heard of, probably, but saw he did a double moonsault from the rope, like springboard style. The fuck? Yeah, this match was awesome. Faces win.
Yeah. It was,
other than the top 3, so that concludes that.
Well, how did you feel the difference between the format that they used? 2 teams of 4 versus the 3 teams of 3.
Is that what it was last time? Was 3 teams of 3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because Undisputed didn't have Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong was with AOP, and then there was 3 more other people.
Oh, Sandy.
Sanity, yes.
I remember those guys.
Barely, as you can tell.
See them on the pre-show tomorrow.
Jesus.
Awful. But yeah, whatever. I'm just thinking about that Sanity thing and how much that irritated me. And like the Usos like recruit these teams and say it's like, yeah, we're in. Like, why are these guys? They should be fucking everybody up. They should be like, I don't know. Don't get me started on WWE. God damn it.
WWE sucks. It is fucking tremendously horrible, and I'm not excited to watch 4 fucking hours of it tonight.
Yeah, dude. Bro, dude, 4? I think it's like fucking 6, isn't it?
Yeah, if you want to watch that fucking pre-show, you go right ahead, sir.
The main shows are like, yeah, fucking marathons, dude.
Yeah, I got no time for the pre-show.
I start late, and then I skip the bullshit. There's stuff on there I'm just not watching. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, bro, Riddle is on. Riddle defeats Ono with a flying knee in like a second.
Yeah.
Genius. Perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
and
that's
you know,
great.
man, the way they booked that was tremendous as well, because they came out and said this week that they were going to be recording that for this week's NXT.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't happen.
Right.
They didn't record that match because it didn't happen. This was what they were talking about. And so instead of the crowd getting upset that it wasn't there, it's perfect. It was fantastic. It made so much sense.
It was good, except did the open of this show not remind you of a WWE show? Like, it was very WWE to me, how Riddle comes out, he cuts a promo, Ono comes out cutting a promo. I was like, oh, I got like fucking raw douche chills, man. I was like, ooh.
I get you there, but the upside to it is it wasn't long. Like in WWE, it'd be 10 minutes. You know what I mean? And then a match will start. Here, you got 5 minutes. Just a little
Riddle,
just get crowd going.
I feel like Riddle might be the next guy in a long line of, dude, they can't fuck this guy up, can they?
I don't think you can fuck Riddle up.
We said
All
this
he's
a
gotta
million
do is
times,
say, bro.
though. Yeah, but dude, he's just the latest guy that it's like, well, certainly they can't fuck him up, but they do. Nakamura, they fucked up and fucked up everyone. But Riddle is awesome, and I did watch that thing, the Performance Center channel.
Okay, yeah. Was that good?
It was good. I like Matt Riddle even more now.
Good.
Yeah.
I've watched like was it an officer and a gentleman with Matt Riddle, or was it best friends with Matt Riddle, with Chuck Taylor and somebody else? Depends on what show it is. He seemed pretty bro-ish on there.
He's got a wife and a kid or kids. I didn't even know
34, isn't he?
I don't know. Yeah, probably. But his wife is a fucking big, strong bitch. She got like a neck thicker than him.
Holy shit.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. They talk about like his struggles and, fuck it. It was pretty good. What was that? What are you laughing at?
I said weed. They talked about his struggles and weed.
They didn't talk about weed, but...
How did he talk about his struggles and not talk about weed? He got fired from the UFC for smoking weed.
I mean, he's still smoking weed, I'm sure.
Oh, of course he is.
You saw him at TakeOver 1. Not TakeOver 1, but the TakeOver where he showed him in the crowd. He was out of his fucking mind.
Oh, yeah, he was ripped.
Yeah. But yeah, either way, I love the shit where he leaps over the ropes and kicks his fucking... fucking flip-flops off.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, he's got it, man.
Yep.
He's a guy who fucking has it. He comes out like, I don't care who. Well, I'm sure people don't like him, but to me, I think he's fucking great.
How can I can understand somebody not liking him if you're so enamored. Like, if surfer dudes, if you hate them so much, you know what I mean. But right. I really like Matt Riddle. I don't know. Yeah. I see like Louis. I see Spinelli from Fast Times. And it's like, how can you hate Spinelli?
Spicoli?
Spicoli. Yeah, sorry. Spinelli. What did I say?
Doesn't matter, Spinelli or something. I feel like if I don't mention it, then the listeners, like, they're left on their own when they catch it. They hear it and they're like, then if I don't say it, then they're like, oh, okay.
Well, because I thought Spicoli, and I was like, wait, no, I'm not talking about Louis Spicoli, right? So I was like, I can't say Spicoli.
Yeah. So that was good. Sane and Baszler, 2 out of 3 falls. I don't like 2 out of 3 falls matches. I thought some of it was creative, how they got to the first fall and shit, but it's like, does this, this chick is supposed to be this like MMA fucking badass, and then she needs chicks to help her beat a frail, little Japanese girl. I don't know.
I mean, to me, that also speaks to her being a heel, right? So she can do it, but she doesn't want to have to go there to do it. So, it kind of paints the picture that she's lazy.
That's the thing. I think they could push it a little bit more that way, where it's a little more clear that like she could just win, but she.
Yeah, no, I get you there.
Sometimes this teeters on like, well, she needs help to win, but do they do a cage match or something? They should do a cage match.
The way I see them doing, they could have the blow off as a cage match. I would imagine the next takeover is the 3-on-3 because they introduced that in this match. And then I assume at WrestleMania you can have the blow off in a cage match.
Yeah, the 3-on-3. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess it's cool to see Sane and Shirai working together, on a team. That's cool.
Yeah. And it's just a way to prolong this feud until WrestleMania too, right?
I don't know about Dakota Kai being there.
Well, I mean, Dakota Kai is least worries when you got the other two on Shayna Baszler's team.
Yeah. The 3-horse face women.
Yeah.
So when Ronda Rousey's the hottest of a group of 4 women, you're in trouble.
Yeah. She has her moments, but yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I thought it was a good. At the end, they set that shit up. Io Shirai did a good moonsault to the outside. Take note, Charlotte.
Oh, she's God damn.
Other than that,
I love her.
Dude, the Marine 6.
Yeah. Let me before you shit all over the Marine 6, because I know that's what's coming, because I want to shit on it too. But this is how over Becky Lynch is. I was into that trailer because I want to see that movie now because I want to see Becky Lynch and Shawn Michaels fight.
Man, it's funny they'll do that shit up there, right?
Yeah.
In a movie, it's okay, but on the show, it's not okay.
Even though when they say that they're making movies, is when they equate wrestling to movies, but yet.
If they're making movies, their movies are like the scenes. It's like a porno with all the fucking scenes taken out.
It's true. It's very true. It's very true. Instead of fucking, it's wrestling.
I'm here to fix the cable. That's the equivalent of their movies. Yeah, Marine 6. I don't know. Just that seems silly.
It does. Like, don't get me wrong. It's probably absolutely horrible, but
yeah.
I probably will watch it, and it probably will be an episode of the Federation.
Well, if you're gonna watch it, you might as well get something out of it. You're not going to get entertained. And the only other thing from this, they show X-Pac in the crowd with his shitty dog.
Yeah.
I think that's his service dog.
Because it is his service dog, and I know where we're going now. Because
he has PTSD from fucking China, I think is what it is.
That's those 2 nights in China.
I saw that big clit. No. She's a giant clit.
She had a giant clit.
Well, yeah.
It's rotted away now.
Like, I don't mind a big clit, but like hers was like.
I fucked like a girl who had a clit that, I shit you not, man, felt like the size from on my pointer finger, the knuckle to my tip of my finger.
Did he create a shadow?
I wouldn't look at it. I just felt it, and I was like, oh. Like, because you go for it, and I was like, oh, yeah, no, I'm going to fucking get that man in the boat, right? And fucking, and man, I get it. And it's like, oh, whoa, what is this?
The man in the boat? What is that? What is that?
We always called the little, like, the bean.
Yeah.
The little man in the boat.
Yeah, that sounds like what you tell your adolescent son, Like, I feel, didn't we talk about that recently? Like, I feel like you should give your fucking sons like good advice about like where the G-spot is and shit.
Yeah, of course.
Like, hey, dude, you're gonna be finger popping girls pretty soon.
Yeah.
In and up, my friend. In and up. That's fucking spot. It's like, you're going into it. You know where the G-spot is already. Like,
exactly. There's none of that.
It's like, hey, man, here's how you go for the fucking man in the boat.
Yeah.
Get that shit, dude. And that, my friends,
Is
is NXT
SCL
TakeOver
sex.
War Games.
We should do a sex ed podcast.
Yeah.
It's called Two Men in a Boat.
Two men in a little boat. That's like a staple of the show, isn't it, at this point? It's not planned either. It's like you talk about a show, get crazy off point, and then end it with, and that was that show.
Yeah, that's the MO. And, so I think...
TakeOver was awesome.
It was.
Is the peak of the wrestling weekend. Survivor Series will not live up to it. There's no way it will. It never does.
Yeah. You can pretend that you hold out hope that it could, but it won't.
Yeah.
The card is not built to take on TakeOver.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later on. We'll do a preview of Survivor Series. But for now, let's get into some news.
This week in the news, broken faces and slashed up necks. The Arquette family almost lost another one this week. Over to you, Jim.
I'm Jim Vicious, and this is news to you. I want to talk about James Ellsworth's dick. No. I think that's the story, dude. This
really
16-year-old girl claims that he sent her nudes. I saw the pictures, and I knew it was his dick when I saw how the bottom of the head was very concave. Looks like his face. It's like the exact same situation.
He was even wearing the hat.
In the hat. Yeah, I don't know about this girl. She's 16. She looks like she's about 12. She talks like she's about 8 and special.
Yeah, I mean, mind you, I can see it. You know, James Ellsworth kind of looks like a guy that could do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Huge.
I don't doubt it. I mean, you shouldn't be surprised. Wrestling's a weird fucking place. It always will be.
Dude, that's just it. I mean, there's that whole undercurrent of pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Pro wrestling has a long history of fucking little girls, dude. That's just all there is to it.
No, it's true. It's very true.
How many underage girls do you think dude fucked? Holy shit.
Wait, who's dude?
Michael Hayes.
Oh.
Dude. That's like everyone's impression of that guy. Like every pro wrestler, when they talk about him, dude.
Fucking hell, man. That guy's a weirdo. But,
yeah.
you know, on that note, you know, saying that he's a weirdo, man, back in the 70s and the 80s,
Yeah.
that was, nobody was worried about that.
Especially in the South, but
No.
just in general. I mean, like, people
you're
like,
what,
oh,
30 years
Buck
removed or 50 years removed from marrying off your 12-year-old daughter?
Yeah, you can't be doing that shit these days. And, like, how foolish. This guy goes from nothing to, like, fucking living his dream right now. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to fuck it up by Snapchatting pictures of your dick. How would you ever entrust that you can send that kind of shit to somebody these days?
I know.
I don't get it, dude.
It really makes no sense. It really doesn't.
No.
But I mean,
the advice for owners of dicks: if you have a dick, listen up. Come in here, grab a seat.
hold tight. We got the fire going. It's crackling.
Dude, just jack off, man. Hashtag just jack off.
Yep.
Before you do anything, before you think about messaging some broad or sending her something or cheating on your woman or any of that shit,
Buying
dude,
a car, anything.
Well,
Buying a new phone. Lead off.
I don't know how that helps you.
I think it can. I think it can. Get lowers the testosterone. You can think more level-headed. It's called that post-fat clarity, man.
Because if you haven't done it, I can tell you, man, I've been there where you have some broad come over and you fuck her, and the second, like, you nut and it's good for a second, and then it's just instant regret. And that's all it is.
Yeah.
Because when you're done, even like sending these dick pics that he did after he jacked off, he was probably like, wow, that was fucking dumb. What the fuck?
As
Just
he
watch
was
some
coming on the
porn. Just
video.
jack off. If you're at a bar, dude, and you're going to go home with some chick, go in the bathroom, jack off. You will immediately realize that you would much rather just, like, get some fucking McDonald's on your way home and eat that shit and go to sleep.
Like, I've had times where it's like I'm going out to going over to this chick's house, right? And like, you know what's up. So it's like you rub one out before you go, just to level the playing field. And then when you're done, it's just like, I really don't want to go.
Yeah. Remember that shit, like, when I was, be single, and like, oh, I'm going to fucking get some pussy this weekend, and like, you wake up Saturday morning, like, all right, you fucking crank one out, and it's like, actually, I'm just going to play Xbox all day, So, that's my advice to you guys, man. It will save you a lot of hassle in your life.
Oh, it will.
If you're thinking about messaging some chick or talking to some chick behind your chick's back, just jack off, bro. But this guy's fucked. The pictures are out. I don't know. I guess she even had the proof that it came to her Snapchat.
Yeah.
Just having pics wouldn't really mean all that much to me.
And there's even the Twitter conversation where he asks for her Snapchat.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it looks pretty damaging. Like, I don't, like, there's a lot of people saying, like, this could be a hack job, but I don't think so.
Well, after the Enzo thing, I mean, you gotta, to hold judgment. We were immediately with the Enzo shit, like, this is bullshit. It was obvious from the start, but this is not so clear cut.
No, this is leaning more towards in favor of the little girl, if you want to say so.
Yes, other people. No one else has come out and fucking said it yet. What happened to that shit, dude? Pro wrestling is not part of this Me Too thing, I guess. Because, like, she's like, some female wrestlers messaged me. Why aren't they posting?
Yeah, no.
If he did creepy shit to you, fucking post it.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I don't know. And it's not like you're posting against some fucking higher up in the business as James Ellsworth.
Yeah, right. So, he's probably fucked. His lawyer made a statement on his Twitter, and that's gone radio silent. So
that's all you need to know right there.
This guy's got a wife. He's got kids. Way to fuck it up.
He had a wife. He's probably got to go visit his kids.
Now he's gonna have fucking child support.
Yeah, on that non-WWE money. So there you go, buddy.
He's pulled from a live appearance this weekend too.
Well, as he should be. Nobody wants to have that shit on your show.
It's supposed to be on a Survivor Series weekend podcast event.
Yeah, I guess he's going to be doing that too.
It's originally slated to appear at a live recording of Robbie E's Why It Ended podcast.
Oh.
To be recorded at Jimmy's Famous Seafood in Maryland.
Well, I guess they should find new plans, I guess, eh?
Sounds like
do they
a
have a new
shitty
one?
guess for why it ended anyway.
It really does. We all know why it ended, because he's James Ellsworth.
Yeah. Every once in a while, that podcast will have a good guest, but if it's not a good guest, it's not much fun.
Yeah. I mean, how much clout can you put into Matt Coon when he does a podcast with Vince Russo? So.
Whoa, you haven't learned your lesson, bro? He's going to fucking message us mad. What the fuck else were we talking about? Oh, Eric Arndt, known as Enzo Amore, kicked off a plane.
Yes, or Real One.
He says he was not actually vaping. He just wouldn't narc on who was vaping. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, sure. And yeah, okay. I mean, we believed him last time. He told the truth last time, I suppose.
The shit he said about it was actually pretty fucking funny, man.
I can imagine that he can go on a fucking rant. Please read it.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, he just says, like, a man in street clothes came up to me and said, "Are you vaping?" And I'm not a snitch. Somebody was vaping around me. I ain't saying who it was. So basically, he then asked if the guy's an air marshal, and, they kind of got into a little argument. I guess the guy was, like, a fucking flight attendant. So I don't know. He says they let me slide though. They got me on the next flight. So he said he's not mad at it. So I guess he wasn't vaping. What kind of a dick move is that to vape on a fucking airplane?
Yeah, I mean, but there's dicks everywhere, Jim. There's literally and figuratively everywhere.
It's like, dude, come on, man. Like, who does that shit?
Yeah, I mean, as much as I would like to sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody's got to breathe that air too, man. It's circulated. That's why farts stink up a plane so much.
Yeah. I was out fucking hanging out with a bunch of homies yesterday, and of course they're all like nearing 40, so they all vape now instead of smoke and think that that's some kind of accomplishment, you know? I, of course, in the midst of my quitting smoking shit, end up smoking mad cigarettes because I'm drinking beer and I'm smoking weed. And
yeah, your throat is just haggard.
I think my throat's always haggard, but what else we got? Dude, David Arquette?
Yes.
In a
Decided
death match with Nick Gage is like, just the ad alone is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, that's to me, that's just asking for trouble.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Former
trouble's
Hollywood movie star David Arquette takes on world's worst bank robber, Nick Gage.
Yeah. So what actually happened in this match? Like, because I've seen, like, what was it, light tube to the neck of David Arquette?
Yeah, I mean, he hit him in the neck, which, like, sliced him open. And then they kind of, like, went back and forth. Like, he went to get another set. He swung it at him. Arquette blocked the attempt, like, frustrated. And he grabbed a chair, hit him with it, and, like, tried to end the match. And I don't know. It's like Gage kicked out, and he was trying to fuck. It was just a whole thing. But Arquette got pissed off, definitely. And he tweeted out afterward, turns out death matches aren't my thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That's your first mistake there.
Yeah. No,
now, what are you doing hitting somebody in the neck with a light tube, though? You know what I mean?
Well,
that just makes no sense.
Yeah. And while we're at it, dude, stop being such fucking dicks to David Arquette. Revisionist history and bullshit reasons are the reason that you don't like David Arquette.
Yeah.
Really,
it wasn't
not
his choice. Fault. He donated all that fucking money to charity because he didn't want to be champion. It's all Vince.
Well, he gave all that money to wrestling families, right? He gave that shit to
Pillman's wife.
Pillman's wife, other people too.
Yeah.
Draws.
Yes, yeah.
He loves pro wrestling. He got a chance to do something you wouldn't have turned down. The opportunity to fucking be on Nitro and shit.
No.
Neither did he. And he loves it, man. The fact that he's back doing it now is awesome.
Yeah. Did you see his sister tweeted out? Patricia Arquette, thank God our brother's still alive.
Well, the other brother's not, right? Isn't there one that died?
Yeah.
The sister?
Yeah, the transgender Alexis.
That's the one that died?
Yeah.
The sister and brother at the same time.
When two become one, baby.
There you go. But yeah, that's crazy. Nick Gage, I mean, I don't really know much about that dude other than, like, he's a shitty bank robber. He's spent years in prison for, trying to rob a bank poorly.
Came out and just fresh out of jail. Trying to make a name for himself, I guess.
It works for his gimmick. It makes him a little more.
It really does.
Yeah,
it's pretty big dedication to your craft, though, if you ask me.
Yeah. When you step back and really look at that, like you read that headline and it's like, meh. But that just shows how bizarre times are now. Like you really think about David Arquette and Nick Gage in a death match in 2018. Like wrestling is so fucking weird right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and there, a lot of stuff came from that show, the Joey Janela's L.A. Confidential. Marco Stunt broke his leg.
Yeah.
So he'll be out for a while. He's getting surgery, today or something like that, isn't it?
I have no idea. Yeah, it's already like fucking did something, broke his shin or broke something.
Something, man. He's gonna be up for a while.
And what else happened on that show? Was this on that show? Yeah, it was. Okay.
Yeah. Then you also had Joey Joey Ryan did a spot with his. He's got that torn pec, but he did a little run in.
That's interesting. They have. You see that Joey and Joey shirt or whatever the fuck it is?
Yeah,
It's
the
got
Broken Joeys.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty funny.
It is pretty funny because you can read it. Broken Joeys like broken baby kangaroos.
I don't know. In other news, Jay Lethal has re-signed with Ring of Honor.
Okay, fair enough.
It sounds like Silas Young is re-signed as well.
Oh, really? That was one thing I was wondering because I didn't know if the WWE would try to pick him up or not.
His ends at the end of the year, I guess. So I don't know. I guess we'll see about Lethal.
Silas.
Yeah, Silas. But Lethal is so good. I'm surprised that he's always been a guy that I'm surprised that WWE didn't pick up.
Yeah. I agree. He's a good talker. He's a really good worker. I don't know. Maybe. I really don't know. But when I think of Jay Lethal, all I think of is Ring of Honor, and I guess I don't know. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? I don't ever see Jay Lethal going anywhere other than Ring of Honor. And I feel like it's not because of him not wanting to go. I just feel like they don't have any interest in him.
It's weird to me.
Yeah. But now, mind you, he doesn't do it all for me either.
Oh, really? I'm a big fucking fan of that dude.
I find his work is tremendous. When he's the Macho Man, I think his whole promos are tremendous, but I find his character is just lacking something.
Really? You don't think like the asshole in suits kind of Ric Flair-ish House of Truth shit was like... I like that shit. I thought that was good.
Yeah, I mean... I don't know. I've never been a big Truth Martini fan either.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying like that when he had that gimmick where he was like the Ric Flair and he had two belts and shit.
When what's her name claims that he ruined her career.
Oh yeah, nothing came of that, did it?
No.
Because that chick was full of shit.
Yeah. You don't put your dick in crazy, boys. Don't put your dick in crazy.
Like, oh, he tried to fuck me. Like, it's against the rules to try to fuck women nowadays.
Yeah,
I feel sorry. Feel sorry for your sons.
Man,
how dare you?
I'm still single. Feel bad for me.
Well, that's true, but definitely too bad for like my friends' sons. I can see their sons, and I'm just like, oh, dude. I'm sorry that you're not going to get to like fuck all kinds of broads and have a good old time anymore.
Yeah, you're going to find one when you're 15, and guess what, man? You'll almost be forced to fuck her for the rest of your life. So choose wisely.
What else we got, man? Jim Ross, do you see his face?
Oh, man, whatever the fuck happened to him. Maybe Sabu got a hold of him.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, what was the deal with that? Sabu does not like Jim Ross.
Apparently not. No, he calls him a two-faced backstabbing bitch or something like that.
He called him a three-faced. I was like, what does that even mean?
Well, you got the bad Jim Ross, good Jim Ross, and Bell's palsy Jim Ross.
Yeah, I don't know. Terry Brunk's a fucking douche canoe.
He also sent a message to that 16-year-old girl.
Oh, yeah, evidently said she's cute.
As you're cute. How old are you? It's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and she said 16, and he said, fucking see you later, right?
Oh, did he? Oh, I see.
No, I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's fine. It's pretty... When Sabu is of more sound mind than you.
Yeah. Hey, you want hepatitis? No, Sabu, I don't. Hepatitis.
Want some meth? Want some heroin?
Yeah. Good God. He's fucking crazy. Suplex City Limits Hall of Famer, Sabu.
Jared's never had nothing nice to say about him either, has he?
I don't know. I'm not sure what his take is. But What else you got?
I suppose we should talk about Becky Lynch
Oh, Becky Lynch.
getting her face broken, a.k.a. nose broken and a concussion. But
Isn't that good enough? Wouldn't it be good enough to just say that? Like, they always do that shit. Like, broken face.
Yeah,
That's
what
not
the
even
fuck?
a thing.
No, it's not. No.
Like, you could have a broken orbital. Why
Yeah.
don't you just say that?
Yeah. You could. Yeah.
Broken face.
But no. Nope. Well,
I don't get
at
it.
least it is, like the nose. You can get around a broken nose. You can work with a broken nose. The concussion can be quickly dissolved, or could take a month, 2 months. But I don't think this should derail her too much. If anything, it just made it bigger.
No, that's true. I mean, it definitely. There's no going back now. She's a baby face, but you need to keep that baby face edge to her.
Yes.
And I don't know if they will or not. But,
Hugging Charlotte has chipped away at that edge.
but Nia Jax is awful. We've said that for a long time. When she first came on the scene, I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, hey, this chick is trash. She's green. But she is, positive for different body types. I like that they have a big girl.
Yeah.
I like to fuck big girls. But man, she's just never gotten better. She's hurt tons of people. And everyone's saying Jericho, what's that motherfucker?
Barnett.
Yeah, they're saying that this is a street bond. She looks directly at her and rifles one in. It's not even close.
No.
Should you ever, even if you're stopping it at the end, should you ever be punching hard enough that if you connect, you're going to break someone's nose and concuss them?
No.
That's crazy, dude.
But look what a lot of these dudes do. They'll do the slaps. You know what I mean? Like, it's a punch when you're going in, but once you get to the face, you open your hand, you slap him, makes a good noise, and, it's not killing the guy. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, a lot of people got
stepping
worked.
into it like that,
It's crazy. A lot of people got worked when Nia had the Twitter post of like her busted up hand.
yeah. She's turning it
people
into
were-
a gimmick.
Well, of course, that's what you do.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny how many people were like mad about that. And I was like,
Anybody hear of I broke Wahoo's leg?
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, come on.
yeah, pretty
Still-
silly, man. That's
yeah.
exactly. Like, you take a shitty situation and you try to get any good you can out of it. So,
Yeah, like she's calling herself the face breaker.
is she?
Yeah, on Twitter. It's a little shitty if you ask me, but I'm taking
she's
it a little
bad.
too much. But
She shouldn't be in the position she's in. I liken it to Lana, another woman that shouldn't be in the position, and had the most embarrassing,
yeah,
so possibly the most embarrassing bit of pro wrestling I've ever seen
it's true.
this
But
week on Raw.
at least she didn't hurt somebody.
I guess if those are our two options, or what? Is there maybe a middle ground we could get?
Well, I'm sure there's a middle ground, but we got a ton of middle ground, but we got the extreme opposites in the same segment. We got overt, reckless, and just snowflake. I don't know what you call Lana, and what she did is just, I'm going to try to punch you and then give up 10% in, right?
I just don't get why you'd pay these people.
No.
They don't deserve it. I
No,
mean,
they don't.
Oh, you deserve it, but why pay a woman like Lana? She looks like any other bitch. Really?
Yeah.
You'd find a fucking 100,000 chicks who are as hot as her.
Fuck, you can get Scarlett Bordeaux.
Yeah, right. Who can actually maybe sort of wrestle? I don't know.
Sort of. I mean, she's done runs in Stardom.
She's better than fucking Lana
Yeah. Easily.
and hotter.
Oh,
Probably.
yeah.
I'd say she's hot.
Jesus Christ, yes.
I don't even like the typically hot blonde.
Well, she's not
Chick
blonde. She's
thing.
gray.
Is that what her hair is now?
I don't know. She's platinum. It's super white.
Oh. Well, either way, I'm not even into that shit.
No.
And even I'm like, God damn, that chick's fucking something about
yeah.
her face. It's like, it's the kind of face you just want to like
She's
be
cute.
looking down on as you bust a fucking nut on it.
Yeah,
you
she
know?
got those big old eyes. She's cute. She looks like, she looks like she suck a mean dick.
She's
Oh,
got
man,
the
that's-
kind of face you just want to nut on, man.
And then, and then she roasted Evil Evan, so it's all fucking great.
She did roast that Eve Evan, which is fucking
as
tremendous.
far as I can tell, was that TakeOver tonight?
Last night?
Yeah, or last night. Yeah, sorry. It's so.
Is he at Survivor? He's at Survivor Series too. If he's smart enough.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get drawn into those. You know, you go to the TakeOver. It's like I might as well go to Survivor Series too.
You got SmackDown tickets for like $9 right now.
Yeah.
Because
you know what else I
SmackDown,
get for $9 too? A combo at Taco Bell. I'll gladly take that over SmackDown.
Yeah. Well, dude, I guess the ticket sales for SmackDown are super slow.
Yeah, I mean, it's SmackDown.
Yeah. Well, you know. I don't even remember where the fuck we're at. We're in the news.
We were in the news. We just finished
Nia
talking
Jax.
about Becky and Nia Jax.
I wanted to bring up this. It's not news, but it's a random thing that everyone, I feel like, needs to check out. Have you, in the hidden gems section of the network, they added this like AWA thing.
The fucking tag team show pilot, right?
Did you watch that?
No, but I've heard about it, and I've heard it's fucking awful.
Is bizarre, dude. It is
Over
like a
with Greg
fucking
Gagne.
dude. It is like an acid trip. It's
Over
fucking.
Gagne.
It's like green screen of crowd on both sides, but
Yes.
it's like the same bit.
Yes.
Weird. It's fucked, man. It's one of the most fucked things I've ever seen in wrestling, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, I've seen stills and stuff. It looks just mean.
I definitely suggest it. It's really weird. But yeah, I don't know. Was there other news? I mean, I'm sure there was.
I mean, there was little bits of news, but nothing that even rings anywhere close to the top 4 or 5 stories of this fucking weekend. You know, Cody Rhodes' knee will require surgery down the road.
Oh, after Wrestle Kingdom, he's getting it.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah, that's what he said after Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
A lot of people hurt.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of people. It's like a bug going around.
Yep. So, if you have no further news, should move on to our boy Jared for some fucking hot takes. Jared's hot takes.
Mac and me.
Imagine a
What
world
that is?
where results don't matter and none of what you see on TV matters. Welcome to the WWE Twilight Zone. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It has been forever. Oh, shit. I died. Oh. I coughed up a lung on that one. Ow. Since you've seen me, you've heard me, you've heard these Jared's hot takes. They so hot. They are so hot. It's like a fry. You ever get the fry later at the Burger King with them terrible fries? I know they used to say that they won some awards for their fries. Their fries suck. Hot take number 1, ladies and gentlemen.
McDonald's fries.
Ladies and gentlemen, Becky Lynch is the baddest motherfucker on the entire WWE roster, and they are going to squander her. I have no evidence. I feel like Sherlock Holmes. I have
Last
no
25
evidence
years of booking.
to believe that what they're going to do further with her is a good idea. They are going to fuck her up. But God damn, she is over as shit. When that crowd saw how bloody she was, they went nuts. It was a mini Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret Hart situation. Becky Lynch has stumbled onto being the number 1 woman on the entire card. And the fact that they're going to hold her out because she got a broken nose and a bit of a concussion. I know. We are in the protect the wrestler era. Fuck that. If that was Stone Cold Steve Austin and this was 1998, that motherfucker would show up at that pay-per-view. He would stun Ronda Rousey or some shitty equivalent like Ken Shamrock and beat the fuck out of him and win the match. But congratulations, Becky. You are killing it. This week's Jared's Hot Takes brought to you by
Wolf Lamp.
Brick in a Bag. Guys, you know what? I mailed that one in. I don't actually have a sponsor this week. I mailed that one in. All right, Jared's hot take number 2. Jared's hot take number 2 this week is this. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say it. I am back on the Brock Lesnar train. Let's ride this thing into the ground. Let's ride it until there's nothing left to ride. Vince, I'm with you. It's a terrible idea, and I love it. It's so bad it's good. That's what Jim and I do every month on Pay-Per-View Take 2. It's so bad it's good. Let's see where this goes. Brock Lesnar is the most boring motherfucker in the ring. And yet Vince McMahon's afraid of him. He's afraid to go away from him. He can't do it. He can't stay away long. Bye. Bye, shareholders. Buy all that money you can make off of making a new star. Why the fuck would we do that when we can just keep going back to that well? Which brings me to Jared's hot take number 3. Did anybody see that Saudi Arabia crowd jewel? Guys, I'm a little drunk. I can't tell if you can tell that.
He is drunk. I was talking to him right before he did
that's what
this.
it takes to watch SmackDown these days. It's what it takes. I know I'm like a week late, 2 weeks late. Jim, help me out on this one. I'm a little late on this one, but man, how bad was Crown Jewel? And I say this not because I want to make fun of the guys who were my heroes growing up, but because they're going to come back. This sounds dated because I'm talking about Crown Jewel. We all know Shawn Michaels going to be back. The Undertaker's going to be back. Kane's going to be back. Triple H can't help himself, even though he tore a fucking pec, which we all know does not happen to anybody taking steroids. That is not a common injury around people who do HGH and steroids. It is not a common injury among people who take steroids. It's definitely not. We're going to see all these motherfuckers again. And it's going to suck. They did not build stars between 2004 and 2012. So they're stuck going back to the well like motherfuckers like Triple H, Kane, Undertaker, and Shawn Michaels' dumbass, bald-ass corpse. And that hurts me because he's my favorite wrestler in ring of all time. That one hurts. Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't have a sponsor this week. I tried it. It didn't work. I got broken down. Hey, thanks for tuning in to Suplex City Limits. Check out Pay-Per-View Take 2. And I heard through the grapevine, through my good friend Bob Cottle, he's had some issues with his health. I love you, Bob. He told me there's going to be a Cuddle and McCoddle soon. Love all you. Peace.
So, boy, Jared, you can hear him on the Pay-Per-View Take 2 podcast with me once a month here on the Suplex City Limits Network. You can follow him on Twitter at JaredPPVT2. Good shit.
Yeah, and we're going to get a new Cuddle with Coddle. And I, for one, am very excited. Very excited. I love that old fuck.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Burbs is probably a little upset,
Lots of good points in there, man. Lots of good points.
Of course. You know, as always, there's some throwbacks to some prior weeks in there. You know, it's just he's covering it all.
Yeah. The dude knows his pro wrestling, man. Yeah, he fucking books wrestling. He, and I know we've met a lot of people. I have a lot of respect for that dude's wrestling knowledge. But Pay-Per-View Take 2, the newest episode, Slamboree 2000, is up. But Patreon donation has decided that ECW November to Remember 1998 is the next episode. And I was like, how bad can that be, man? 1998 ECW? But it's kind of a shit show. So.
It can be easily a hard show to watch. Because, ECW shows, I look back at them, just fondly. But when you go to watch them, man, it's not.
A lot of them are still good, but this one is kind of weird, yeah. It's our first legit ECW show. We did the, whatever the fuck that other piece of shit is, December to Dismember or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
That show sucked, but that's not real ECW.
No. And then, the main event is with the new Triple Threat taking on the Triple Threat, so...
So there's that. What's going on in the Federation?
Well,
coming up, man?
We had some technical difficulties as well earlier with our sound device shitting the bed. So we were able to record with Viva La JD and do the Smack It Down podcast. But we did use a different mic, and we were going to record the next day. We're going to record Slamboree to 1996, and we will be doing that tonight.
Nice. Dude, a fucking double duty podcasting today.
Yeah, you know it, buddy.
I've done that shit. I'll do a fucking wake up early, do a pay-per-view, take two sometimes before we do this. Like, goddamn.
Madness, man. Madness.
Yeah.
Dedication to the craft.
Yeah, sure. Something like that. So, yeah, there's that shit. I don't know what else we want to talk about. I guess we can preview Survivor Series here.
Yeah. I think that's the last thing to do.
God, now I just feel bad. Like, I watched Raw, dude, and I took notes, and damn it, no, I'm not going to talk about it.
No, God, no, man. There's nothing to talk about. There really isn't.
And SmackDown, I guess you could talk about the fact that Daniel Bryan wins the title.
That's very true, which leads us right into this Survivor Series card. Honestly,
I guess we'll talk about when we get there.
Sure.
All right. Yeah. So you take us through the card. Should I? What do we got?
It starts with Buddy Murphy taking on Mustafa Ali, which is the only championship match of the night. I would imagine Buddy Murphy wins.
Is this on the pre-show?
I would imagine so.
They have, I think, those tag matches too, though.
Oh yeah, they do have the tag matches as well on the pre-show, but
good lord,
it's the Survivor Series tag match. That's not going to take up 2 hours, and I would imagine.
I'm sure this is going to be a really good match. Probably the fucking best match technically on the show, but no one gives a fuck about these guys, man.
No, they really don't. But they're going to pull out all the stops. It's going to be a good match for sure. Then you've got Team Raw, which is going to be Bobby Roode, Gable, the Revival, the B Team, and the Lucha House Party, and the Ascension, taking on the Usos, the New Day, Sanity, the Club, and the Colognes. The Colognes, Jim.
I called it last week, son.
Yeah, they sold their timeshares in Puerto Rico, and they're back in town.
I just hated that shit too. And that the Usos are like in this weird blue smoke-filled room, and like all these teams, every team on the show is like, yeah, like they may as well did in like a fucking put all their hands in a circle and whoa. I mean, it was just
get that fucking big, that big fucking circus tent thing that you, when you're a kid, you throw it up in the air and you go under and let it fall around you.
Yeah. I just don't think, like, Sanity, it makes no sense for those guys.
I mean, the whole heel is, when it comes to these style of matches, it doesn't work nowadays because they're doing brand versus brand. So you're taking a team of heels and faces and putting them against a team of heels and faces. It should be a team of faces against a team of heels.
I feel like Sanity, I mean, not to like rebook their shit, but like Sanity shouldn't be a part of it. And what they should do is come out and cost SmackDown the match when that'd be something.
Yeah, I mean, they could, but I doubt it they will.
No, they won't. No, I mean, but what an awful fumble of that group.
Yeah, they've really
it's one of those things like
fucked
Vince
that up.
doesn't get it, so he just doesn't care. He's just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same old song and dance. The tag division is nothing in WWE.
Either show.
Yeah, just WWE in general.
I mean, look at that team, dude. Rude and Gable, nothing. The Revival, the biggest joke on that fucking show.
Yeah, the B team, which is the literal biggest joke on the show, but is above so many else.
Fucking beat everybody, and Lucha House Party.
Which it wasn't even on Raw. Like, the Cruiserweights are now miraculously on Raw because of Survivor Series.
Well, just these guys, those three. Yeah. Makes no sense. I mean, I don't even care really enough about this to do predictions,
No. It brings us into the tag team match against the tag team champions, which is AOP and The Bar. the fact that AOP and the Bar are the tag team champions just should scream at all, because like when I read it, I was like, oh right, the Bar is the tag team champions. Wow, and AOP. Oh really? Yeah, right. Like I didn't even realize they were. It was not even in the forefront of my mind.
Because the way they did it with AOP was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said at the time, I was like, this does nothing for them. No one's gonna remember this shit. It's just when you beat one guy in just a random match, it's pretty shitty.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he almost beat him. Like, Rollins like took him to the limit.
Oh yeah.
Ridiculous.
Oh yeah, man. Because
What's the
fuck
point
'em.
of signing two big ass guys, making them a tag team, and making him the NXT champ? Everything you've done, what's the fucking point if you're gonna bring these two giant fucking dudes up and just make them like another tag team?
I agree wholeheartedly. Makes no
Man,
sense.
the company's so lost, man. And I mean, it's just Vince needs to fucking go, man. And he's gonna have to die because he's never gonna fucking leave.
Oh yeah. But I
Why
mean,
does this
even if he
go-
dies, they still got all those stock investors and whatever the fuck you want to call them. Who fucking knows what's going to happen?
But dude, this guy needs. Why would you not want to go on vacation? Why would you not want to just be like, I'm fucking old. I'm sick of doing this shit. Like, I'm gonna go and just chill out and do whatever.
Well, he
Do
obviously
something.
hates his wife.
He has hobbies.
He obviously hates his wife.
I mean, he's a psychopath. What does he do? He doesn't. Vince McMahon doesn't golf. He doesn't anything. He does a shitty wrestling show. That's it.
Yeah. No, I agree completely. It's the sole purpose of what's wrong with the WWE, and you won't get anything different until something happens in that light. So, I mean, don't hold your breath.
Someone needs to like nudge him down the stairs or something.
I think Vince will live forever.
Fuck.
Just to spite us all.
He is one of the old men I wake up every day going like, did he die? No.
I can go about my day. The next match is the women's match, which is Mickie James, Nia Jax, Tamina, Natalya, and Ruby Riott taking on Carmella, Naomi, Sonya Deville, Asuka, and TBD.
Oh yeah, they didn't even bother to name another person.
No, I have no idea. I would have met Mandy Rose, maybe.
I think it's going to be Mandy Rose.
Yeah, so. I also
That's
don't
true.
think you'll see much in the way of NXT call-ups on Raw and SmackDown this week. I really don't think you will. I wouldn't be shocked to see 0.
It'd be interesting. I mean, they don't even know what they're doing with what they have, so.
Yeah. No, it's so true.
You look at that too, man. I'm just like, there are how many main event, like legit main event people are in this? Really, no one. Mickie James, Nia, no. Tamina, Natalya, Ruby Riott. You got Bliss. Well, Bliss isn't even going to be in the match.
She's
is
not
she?
in the match, So, I mean, Asuka is probably your highest one, and she's barely.
That is something else, man. And Bliss, who, I mean, it sounds like she might be done with in-ring. It looks like she might end up being like some kind of a, GM or something.
Yeah.
I don't think I could take this.
I don't think she's gonna. I don't think she's gonna be retiring. I really don't.
How much Raw did you watch this week, Eddie?
I watched what I needed to watch.
I think I'm done. I am so, because I take these results. I'm basically just taking down results. Like, I could just find results online.
That's what I do. I just copy and paste from the page in my Word. I was like, there you go.
I'm saying, like, I
Everyone
take
knows
my
right
own notes and all this shit, like, and I put the effort in, and then we get to the show, and it's like, I don't want to talk about it because it sucked. I just don't want to watch it anymore.
No,
I don't
agree.
fucking.
I mean, I would be wholeheartedly down to just not watch Raw.
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to.
No, I mean, like if we were to both not watch it.
Oh, because there could be humor in that of me telling you what happened.
And there could
If
be.
you have no idea what the fuck happened until then, and I'm telling you about it, that could be entertaining. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not doing predictions on these. I don't care.
There's nothing. None of these matches mean a roll of beans.
A roll of beans. Never heard that before.
A roll of beans, yeah. Fucking love it. That's my roll of beans.
What else we got? This fucking men's match?
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Bobby Lashley with Baron Corbin and Leo Rush take on The Miz, Shane McMahon, Rey Mysterio, Samoa Joe, and Jeff Harvey.
Jeff Harvey. Yeah. Man.
The match is going to be fine. That match will be fine to watch. But
and then Orton will come out and do something with Ray.
Hopefully Shane knocks himself out, too.
Yeah, well. Because I still don't understand why that's what they're doing over on SmackDown. We're going to move into an Orton and Ray feud. Instead of using Orton or Ray to, I don't know, fucking build someone.
When was the last time they built someone, did you?
I don't know, but they beat Almas this week on the show. Who beat him?
Ray.
Was it Ray?
Yeah.
No, it's Jeff Hardy.
Was it Jeff? Oh, it was
this
Jeff
week
Hardy.
On the show. Jeff Harvey defeats Almas clean as laundry.
Yeah, it's...
What the fuck are you doing? That really pissed me off, actually.
Hopefully,
it's just so stupid.
Hopefully, 2019 is almost his year. That's all I can say.
When has it ever been any new person's year since the Shield?
It's very true. In all honesty, it's very true.
AJ Styles, maybe?
Yeah, 40 years old.
Well, yeah, I'm saying, but who else has had, come in and done anything? Nothing. Fuck, anyway. It's going to... I get, more angry as the show goes on. And talk about WWE makes me more and more angry. What else do we have here?
Brock Lesnar taking on Daniel Bryan. Which, now, I will say this. I've seen some people on Twitter say that they're not watching it because it's not Brock Lesnar and AJ Styles anymore. And it's like, man, we already seen that match last year.
People were that mad about that?
I've seen some people that mad about that. And it's like, man, get over it. Smoke a joint. Find a reason in life to bring you happiness. Because buddy wrestling just ain't doing it for you.
Yeah, or at least watch, other wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man. That sucks. I was like, well, at least it's a different match. We've all wanted to look forward to this. Brian wants the match, but I don't know. I don't know if I believe it, but there's people say that a lot of the locker room is angry with Brock Lesnar because he's fucking was an asshole on Raw and threw one of the Singh brothers on his head twice. It was dangerous as shit.
Yeah. Now, I will say this, though. The Singh brothers have a reputation of taking moves like that. So, at some point in time, I would just chalk it up to the Singh brothers are doing too much.
I don't know. Okay.
But I don't know.
But that German was pretty fucking shitty.
It was sickening. It was.
And that's just it. He's going to go out there and throw shitty Germans on Brian. And
I don't think he will. I really don't.
He's got a German in.
He's got a German in, but he can safely German him.
Well, I don't know. All his Germans look like shit.
Well, I mean, you got him. Well, you got to. Okay, so you take Brock Lesnar, who's usually Germaning, people like Roman Reigns.
Oh, that's true,
right? And then he Germans a fucking Singh brother. It's like Germaning a watermelon versus a peanut. You know what I mean?
Just put it into produce terms. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. At least it's a different matchup, and Brian wants the match, so I guess we'll see what happens with it. It's all on Lesnar if he decides he's going to have a good match, or if he's
Lesnar
not going to do anything.
Exactly. If we get Dean Ambrose Lesnar, we get nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it all depends, if he gives a fuck or respects you. I think.
And he almost has to respect Daniel Bryan. Apparently, he's got a lot of respect for AJ Styles. I'd assume he's got a lot of respect for Daniel Bryan as well.
We also mentioned how fucking weird it is that they turn Bryan heel on SmackDown, so now you have heel versus heel here. Why wouldn't you just wait?
Yeah, I agree.
Why wouldn't you just go into the show face heel, and whatever the outcome is, have Bryan attack Heyman or something?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
There could have been a lot of more ways around it. That's for sure.
I just don't get why you don't wait until after this.
Yeah, but I mean, having him win the title clean though doesn't help either, because then it's just there's no reason to go back to it. You know what I mean?
No.
But it was obvious a decision that was not thought out, because they made this decision over the weekend. So the story is not going to make sense anyways, because that's not how stories are written, folks.
I just think, like, this guy retires. He comes back. He comes back from career-ending injury somehow. He's the most over guy in the company. They piss it away and end up turning him heel before the year's over.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. He was. Yeah. It was evident at this point in time that he wasn't going to get over as a babyface. Not right now.
Well, not the way they did it.
No.
I mean, when he came back, if they wanted him to be the super fucking over guy, he could have been. They just don't want that.
No, because they can't. I don't think it's because they don't want that. I think the WWE just can't build a babyface. They don't know how anymore. They
don't want that. They said they don't want it. They didn't want it last time either, which is weird. Is it because he's small? They can't even
do it with Roman Reigns, and they want that. You know what I mean? And they can't do it. I just don't think they can do it anymore. And they just don't care to try with Daniel Bryan, because it's just in spite of themselves.
It's like, why wouldn't you make a guy like him the guy? He's never going to do anything. Eh? He's never going to show up anywhere and say anything fucked. He's never going to be sending dick pics to anyone. He's never going to be accused of raping anybody.
No, the only
he's
dick
never
pics
going to
he's sending is debris. And so...
Yeah, but I'm saying he's never going to get, like, test negative for drugs. He's like this squeaky clean motherfucker.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, I agree completely. And, like, why does it matter who gets over? As long as somebody's getting over, it means nothing.
Yeah. Just I thought they could have came back with it, and I mean, let's say you make him the championship, but at least do something with him. But they're shitting away, and I don't know. Him as a heel just sucks. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't work. Yeah. No one wants to boo that guy. I
like Daniel Bryan as a heel. I like the no character that he had. I'm fine with him being a heel, because it's WWE. We're going to get a better story with a heel anyways, because that's all they write ever. Everything's about heat, so.
Like, two baby faces. And how ridiculous is it, too? Like, Nakamura hits Styles. He spends a summer punching and kicking Styles in the dick. Can't win. Fucking Bryan gets it done here.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Speaking of Nakamura.
Yes, this is truly the last vestige of hope that Nakamura can have a good match. If he can't do it with Seth Rollins, I will never watch another Nakamura WWE match ever again.
This is the match I'm looking forward to, really. Of anything you've mentioned, I am not. I mean, I guess I'm interested in Lesnar Bryan a little bit. But to me, this is the most interesting match on the show. The one I'm looking forward to the most.
I agree completely. This is my. This could be the best match of the night. It has the ability to be the best match of the weekend if both men had their working boots on, because Nakamura can go. His first match with Sami Zayn was fantastic. All of his matches in New Japan were fantastic. He can do it,
and Rollins is like the guy to do it with, man.
Oh, you're fucking right.
Rollins always has the best matches on main roster shit.
He does, because he's
their shows.
He's super good. Like, I wouldn't be against building the show around Seth Rollins. Sure, he says John funny, but I mean, whatever.
I mean, he's the most over face on Raw for sure. I mean,
oh yeah, for sure.